everyone, and welcome to Real Estate. It's that simple on KHTS 1220 AM and 98.1 FM and on Facebook Live. I am your friend in the real estate business, Phil Nordella, and we, of course, have a full show, but not before we actually have the hostess with the mostest, Taylor Williams-Moniz. Come join us. You know, I think you guys remember that Taylor is a partner at Donahoe, Young & Williams. I'm thinking that. And that she's also she specializes in real estate law, business litigation, and estate planning. She's also the president, El Jefe.
I am.
Of the Santa Clarita Valley Bar Association. Hello.
Hi, how are you? We're going to get to that, right?
I'm great. Hey, Patrick.
Hey,
Producer extraordinaire. How are you, sir?
doing fantastic. How are you guys doing today?
Terrific.
Good
I just
morning.
wanted to...
Good morning.
Taylor, I just wanted to wish you a happy 21st day anniversary.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, we are at that. Ooh,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
21st date. That's a big one.
That's diamond, isn't it?
That is, yeah.
It's diamond.
Does that mean I get a piece of jewelry?
That's what you're supposed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so, like the 21st day, right? That's it.
This is new to me.
Oh,
you tell
yeah.
me. I don't know. You've been married forever.
No. Tell Greg, yes, I have been married forever.
Which is good. That's
Well,
a compliment.
It feels like forever. No,
Well,
it's
there's
awesome.
that.
It's awesome. But
Nice.
So I'll call Greg, make sure that I'll help him pick you out something. But I believe it is diamond.
Thank you. I appreciate you. It's a great day. I'm in a great mood.
It's a win-win so far. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what's funny is Judy doesn't get diamonds anymore.
Okay.
After so many years, let's see, she accidentally ate one. Okay.
We're gonna off air. I'm gonna need way more information about that story.
She put one down a sink.
Okay.
And she lost another one in a washing machine.
Okay.
And so
Those are common. I've heard of the latter two, not the first one. That one's unusual.
yeah, I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
Awesome.
So how's everybody though? Everybody good? Patrick, you all right?
Hey, I'm A-okay today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick, thank you for my headphones.
Of course.
I was very worried about that.
Yeah, for people who are listening, it gets exciting here.
Yes,
It's
it
actually
does.
is very exciting, and you have to kind of be able to roll with the punches because every so often there'll be something that won't be there or will be there, and you didn't expect it, and so that's a great thing.
A little hiccup, but no.
Yes.
We make it work.
Yes.
We make it work.
And actually, I think one of these days we're going to start talking about a little bit about real estate.
I think we should probably do that. That's
Okay,
the point of the
I
show.
think we're
Let's get to it.
Okay, give me the chances. What are the
no.
what are the percentages that we're going to actually ask her by the numbers, or we'll get by the numbers?
SCV.
Oh,
By the numbers.
He's got you.
oh yeah.
Look at that
You know
face.
what?
Hey,
You know what?
I was like waiting. I was like, I'm like, oh, trying to catch me off guard? No, not
right.
today.
No, way too professional. Okay, so it's interesting. However, I kept saying that what's going to happen is that real estate listings are going to start to build up, and I thought that they would be doing it quicker. However, we're still selling quite a few. 4 weeks ago, we had 285 listings, active listings. 3 weeks ago we had 292, then we go to 303, then it's to 312. So you can see where we're going, although it's a little bit slower than I thought. So I have a hunch, and you ready for this? If you can
Yes.
remember that I'm saying this, if you actually remember anything that I'm telling you, you're going to write it down.
Yes.
I
write everything down.
I would have to say by January we'll have 475 listings.
Okay.
By January, 475.
All right.
That is that. You remember Johnny Carson, Karnak the Magnificent? You know, I say it's 470. You don't remember that? Oh my God!
Sorry.
Oh, I hate being old.
Patrick doesn't know either.
You don't remember it either?
No, I know Johnny Carson. I can just hear
See
I can
that?
hear my dad just
Yes.
doing this right now. I'm
Yes.
just going, I'm shaking my head.
Karnak the Magnificent. He would hold up the card and he would say the answer, and then Ed McMahon would read the question, and it was very funny.
You are correct, sir. Yes.
See that?
All
There you
right.
go.
So
Okay.
so why, so 475 in January.
January.
Briefly tell me why. Why do you think that?
Well, because the buyer pool has to dry up.
Okay.
Okay. So if you've got thousands and thousands of people in the buyer pool that are actually trying desperately to take advantage of these interest rates, then they're going to go from house to house to house to house until they can actually get to where they have one. But as soon as they do have one, they don't need another one, right?
Got it.
So the buyer pool does not. It's not like filling up your pool with water.
Right.
You can't do that, right?
Right.
when you start to lose the water out of your pool, there's no way to actually get it back. So the interest rates are still great. They're still terrific. I'm telling people, look, please, what you have to do is you have to actually find something now if you want to take advantage of these interest rates. It's
Okay.
very important.
Makes sense.
Yeah, because when the buyer pool dries up, guess what happens? Values come down.
Right.
They have to.
Exactly.
Because then you're starting to fight for the actual buyers that are out there.
Right. Make a
And
sale.
if you're doing that and you're overpriced, you then have to sit down and say, okay, we've got to lower our price until we actually get an offer. And
Get
that's
an
the way it
offer.
goes. Close last 30 days went from 433 to 448, which is interesting. And active under contract went from 689 to 693. So those are staying pretty close to being about the same.
Okay.
I want to pull up off of my phone here. Marla Ferris from Augusta Financial. She was nice enough to actually send me a text of what's going on with the loans. And so let me just scroll down. Sorry about that. No big movements this week. She says quite a bit of volatility during the week, but ended relatively the same. Conventional purchase loans, only full doc is 2 3/4 with no points for 30-year conforming, which is pretty much the same
Yeah.
every week.
Right.
Conventional up to 510,400 are 3 points with no points, and on the high balance conventional, which is between 510, 401, and 765, 600. This category has been the best improvement recently. Was 3 1/4 with a 0.5% a few weeks ago. Now jumbo loans are 3 3/4 with 1 point for jumbo loans, and that's everything. As we know, common sense
Right.
dictates that would be over 765,500. You've got a lot of times, but people should consider when they're going for the higher one right now, the jumbo category,
jumbo,
they
yeah.
should consider a 7/1 ARM adjustable rate mortgage, and that basically says that for 7 years that it won't adjust
Right.
with 3/4 of a point, which is great.
That is great.
Yep, and I think still the best one right now out there. I mean, refis are at for FHA are 2 1/4 to 2.5. Plus PMI.
Right.
Okay, you
Of
always
course,
have to have
always
that.
PMI.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
But if you're a veteran, thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
And guess what? No PMI.
Yeah, that's
It's 2
great.
1/4 to 2.5, no PMI. And that's from Marla Ferris from Augusta Financial. We love her. She's actually working on my refi right now.
I know, that's what you said.
Yep.
So that's
And I should probably be saving about $400 and some odd a month when it's finished.
that's awesome.
I know.
I'm thinking of all the diamonds or not diamonds that you could buy your wife with with
All
that
the-
money.
All the cubic zirconia.
There you go. Greg, actually, my husband just texted me, said, tell Phil you're getting a cubic zirconia. So thanks, Greg.
Hey, but you know what? No one would know. Judy bought herself a really nice diamond ring, and it's cubic.
There you go. Don't, shh.
No. Me tell people, you know what she does? People go, I love your ring. And she goes, it's cubic.
Oh,
And I said, well, you don't have to say
I wouldn't
it.
say that. I'd say thank you.
No, sure.
It's beautiful, isn't it? You don't need to know what it is.
Yeah, exactly
Oh
right.
my gosh.
So, okay.
Okay, so now we have another segment which we haven't done in a while. So Patrick may. I
Patrick.
don't know if he has this up yet.
Patrick.
The Taylor Talk.
Oh.
Look, we did. We threw him
It's
off.
your favorite time of the show, Taylor Talk.
Yay!
I love that.
See, I got you. I didn't know which one. I'm waiting for the cue. I'm like, which one is it? I got
I'm
like
on
3
it.
of them.
You know what? He's too good.
I know he is. So I get to go first today just because I was reading Inman as we do, and I found an article of legal nature. So of course I'm thinking, woo! So the article from Inman says that a judge denies motion by NAR to dismiss buyer commission lawsuits. So of course I wanted to look into the lawsuit and see exactly what it says. So let me give you the gist without trying to be so boring. The suit, which was filed on behalf of a home seller and other plaintiffs in the Western District of Missouri, alleges that the sharing of commissions between listing and buyer brokers inflate seller costs and thereby violate the Sherman Antitrust Act, Missouri antitrust laws, et cetera, et cetera. So the suit seeks to have home buyers pay their broker directly rather than having the listing broker pay the buyer broker from what the selling pays the listing broker. And Phil can probably make this sound a little bit easier. But I mean, basically, this would be a huge change in the U.S. Real estate industry. It's going to change the way that brokers are paid. So I saw that. I thought that's really interesting. And we can talk about the legal procedure of it, but give me your 2 cents.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's never going to go through. Now, here's my
Okay.
first question to you. Okay, so one person brought this up and said, hey, you know what? Basically, the lawsuit is saying we feel that if the seller has got it built in to the sale of their house to pay their realtor and also the buying agent realtor.
Exactly.
They're saying, hey, you know what? That's built in, and the buyer shouldn't have to pay for it. So the buyer's saying, I shouldn't have to pay for that, and it's making it more money than it should be. My question to you, before we actually get into the logistics of this whole thing, is, what's in it for this guy? I mean, is he going to make a ton of money on this thing?
Definitely not. No. And you said it's one person. There's actually multiple similar suits that are pending in different states all around the country. And so they're actually trying to get certified as a class. So it would be a class action suit. So this is not necessarily about the damages per se. It's more about the practice that these people are seeking to eliminate.
Got it. Okay. So it says right here in a statement, a spokesperson for NAR who is fighting this. Now, we understand that NAR, Remax, Realogy, and Realogy we know is the parent company for Coldwell Banker and Century 21 and all of those others. They're all part of this. But NAR is stepping up big time saying, look, you know what? This is something that we have to fight because, number one, it's been done this way all along.
Right.
Number two, though, if let's say you change it, okay, and you say, okay, the seller no longer has to pay for the commission for the buyer. You get people from first-time home buyers.
Yep.
You get people from the VA. You get a lot of people that don't have a lot of money.
Exactly, FHA, that
have to go out there, and they want professional protection and professional representation.
Right.
And the realtor says, yeah, absolutely, that's not a problem. You're in the $300,000 range. Write me a check for $9,000, and I'll take care of you.
Right.
What's wrong with that picture?
Yeah.
So that's going to be that's
definitely.
That's going to be an issue.
A big deal. So let me tell you. So again, like when I was reading about this last night, so the NAR and then a bunch of larger real estate companies, they filed a motion to dismiss, which basically means we're just going to get rid of this whole thing.
Yep.
Denied. So, and I can tell you what the court's reasoning was. So they said, she said that in some plaintiffs' allegations plausibly show that the buyer-broker commission rules prevent effective negotiation over commission rates and cause an artificial inflation of buyer-broker commission rates in the markets served by the MLS, which was identified in the complaint. She said, thus, plaintiffs' allegations are sufficient to survive dismissal under the rule for this analysis. So her reasoning was basically, this is preventing any sort of negotiation over commission rates. That was what the court's thinking was, which is different than what you had just mentioned. So
right. Okay. So first question for you is, do you guys do this on purpose? The way you write this stuff up. Okay. So here's the funny thing is,
I don't understand the question.
here's
do attorneys write things that are confusing to understand? We don't do it on purpose. We write it knowing that it's largely going to be read by other attorneys, and thus we think it will be understood as such.
That's what's so funny. You read this stuff. I read the article here, and I'm going, okay, let me read it again. Hang on a second. Let me read it one more time. No, still, I'm just not understanding why they can't just actually put it in the type of ease that makes it to where I can understand it.
That's a whole nother issue. But that's what we learn in law school, and that's kind of this is the lawyer speak, if you will.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
Do you though? Because you had to read it 3 times.
No. And the funny thing is, after I read it 3 or 4 or 5 times, I mean, I've actually highlighted a lot of this article.
I'm impressed.
And if I mean, some of the stuff I find it interesting that it's hard to understand. Specifically, the NAR contends that plaintiffs failed to allege sufficiently that the buyer-broker commission rules constitute unreasonable restraint of trade. In seeking to dismiss the lawsuit, NAR also argues that the plaintiffs failed to show that they have suffered antitrust injury. A plaintiff must show that claimed injuries are part of an antitrust laws that were intended to prevent. So tell me about that right there, the antitrust injury. What exactly would that be considered?
So when you're filing a lawsuit, there are certain things that you have to plead, right? Elements, causation, damages, right? If you don't do that properly, which the NAR is saying that they didn't do that, that's why they filed this motion to dismiss. So in terms of this antitrust injury, I can tell you specifically, I have no clue. I don't do any antitrust law, quite frankly. But what they're saying is that plaintiffs have failed to show that they've suffered any injury. So, okay, even if everything you're saying is true, how have you been
Yeah,
damaged?
right.
Which is exactly what you brought up, which
Right.
is a really good question. So,
It's like, okay, so
Right.
it's done, and you
So-
weren't hurt at all.
right, what the court is saying, well, how they've been damaged is apparently they've not been able, they've been divested of their right to negotiate commissions. That's what it sounds like from my reading of this article and of the case.
Even though it says on all the contracts that we sign that the commissions are negotiable.
Correct. I mean, I think, but pattern and practice, I imagine, is the argument that most people don't negotiate them.
Wow,
So
look at me talking to you.
I know,
I mean,
I'm-
I feel so smart.
you are very
I'm
smart.
smarter.
You are very.
I'm smarter knowing you. Okay, let's see what else it says. It says the court finds the plaintiffs have sufficiently pleaded that they suffered an antitrust injury from defendant's conspiracy. Ooh, a conspiracy.
There you go.
Each
Those are
plaintiff
always
was a
fun.
home seller required to pay a commission to the buyer broker for the person who purchased their home. But for defendant's conspiracy, each plaintiff would have paid substantially lower commissions.
Exactly. And the question is, how do we define substantially lower? Because I'm thinking here, I mean, I don't know how large these sales were. I don't know how large the commissions were. I mean, are we talking $3,000? Are we talking $30,000?
It depends on the price of the house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it also says here the corporate defendants named in the suit: Home Services of America, Keller Williams, Remax, Rheology, and we just talked about that. Rheology
Right.
is a big group.
Yep.
Long and Foster, HSF affiliates, all backed NAR's motion to dismiss, and separately filed their own motions to dismiss, all of which were denied in the same ruling.
Yeah.
Wow, they all just went for it, and they all said nope.
Pretty much. I imagine they probably all had different hearing dates and the court consolidated them all. So that's typical.
And this is probably regular boilerplate. We are disappointed in the court's decision and continue to believe our case is without merit. The
Yeah.
spokesman for Rheology told Inman in a statement, "We are unable to provide further comment at this pending litigation." A spokesperson for Remix said the international franchisor will continue to vigorously defend ourselves against complaint that is baseless. So,
That's boilerplate, definitely.
You know,
It just means we need to figure out a strategy. We're not sure what it is yet. We think we're right. Stay tuned.
I mean, yeah. And you know what?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, so that's fine. I mean, I have no problem with listing a house and saying, guess what? It's going to be this percentage, which we do. It's always negotiable. And the buyer can fend for themselves, which is going to be a problem.
Right.
It's going to be a problem because some
Especially-
buyers are not going to be able to fend for themselves. Then what?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, we'll have to keep watching it, which makes me happy because, I love legal stuff and the real estate news.
I love legal stuff. I love
I
that.
do. I do.
That's awesome. All
Okay,
right.
so I think we're probably ready for our first break.
I think we are.
I'm actually excited. When we come back, we're going to discuss moving, which I have all too much experience with recently, and storage with the owner of one of the best moving companies here in Santa Clarita, who's really done a good job providing great service always, but especially in the light of COVID. So stay tuned. We'll be back.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Can't wait.
If you're thinking of selling your home, have Phil Nordella come out and give you a free, no obligation property valuation. Just call 661 312 3561. It's that simple.
Castle Inspection is the top choice for home inspection in Santa Clarita. With over 20 years' experience, make Castle Inspection your choice when buying your new condominium or home. From mobile homes to mansions, the outhouse to the penthouse, your best bet is a net from Castle Inspection. An inspection is a fair and objective evaluation of the home's physical and mechanical systems. Expert knowledge, thorough research, and clear communication are what sets a net at Castle above the rest. Schedule your appointment online now at castleinspection.com.
Marla Ferris at Augusta Financial is the consummate mortgage professional, committed to helping you turn your dream of homeownership into reality. With more than 22 years in the finance mortgage industry, Marla brings extensive experience and top knowledge to help make your loan experience hassle-free. Given her honesty, integrity, and attention to detail, she is the loan officer you can trust. Marla knows what it takes to get you the best loan, the best rate, and the best service in the industry. You'll find Marla Ferris at Marla, FERRIS.com.
Save water and save money. SCV Water wants to help you find your fit and take advantage of conservation rebate programs that will help you save. Water your landscape more efficiently. Replace your lawn with water-wise plants. Conduct free in-home water surveys. Cover your swimming pool and more. Find the programs that fit your needs and start saving today. Visit conserve.yourscvwater.com to learn more.
That's conserve.yourscvwater.com.
Donahoe Young and Williams is your award-winning go-to law firm for all real estate matters, including the changing legal landscape due to COVID-19. In addition, Donahoe Young and Williams can help you create an estate plan that accomplishes your wishes, protects you and your family, and avoids time-consuming and expensive California probate. If you've been financially devastated by the pandemic, Donahoe Young and Williams can help with debt negotiation and, when needed, bankruptcy under Chapters 7, 11, and 13. Visit Taylor Williams at dywlaw.com.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back to Real Estate. It's that simple on KHTS 1220 AM and 98.1 FM and on Facebook Live. I am your friend in the real estate business, Phil Nordella. And we continue on with the hostess with the mostest, Taylor Williams-Moniz.
Thank you.
I love that name. It just kind of flows, Moniz.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's nice.
You didn't add the middle name in, though. Remember last week we talked
Finley.
about the excitement of
Taylor
the middle
Finley
name?
Williams.
I was about to say, I'm like, I know what that is. I know what the F is. Finley.
Yep.
You know what? We would say your whole name the whole time, but we'd have to actually extend the show.
What? Let's do it, because we want a 2-hour
We
show.
actually
So
2 hours.
It would take us to 2 hours to say it all.
we'll talk about it later. I love it.
I like it. Okay.
All right.
So our first guest.
Yes.
And our only guest. That's how important he is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I've known this gentleman for quite a while, and I will tell you that being in real estate, you know what? I always like to say that there are little compartments for everything when it comes to real estate. When it comes to real estate sales, you've got a compartment. You've got a compartment when it comes to showing property. You've got a compartment when it comes to the contracts on listing property. Well, one of the huge compartments that you have as you continue on and get closer to the actual closing date is how do you get it moved?
How do you move? Yes.
Right? That's really, really, really important. And so I've actually aligned myself with a company. They're called AQMS. And that is one of the most important things about this selling a home process is making sure that your clients get from one property to the next with a smooth transaction. Moving a family from one property to the next is a daunting task.
Absolutely.
And obviously it's so important that you have a good professional company. And I just want to have on Casey Kirkman, who's the owner of AQMS. Casey, are you there?
I am.
Nice. Hey, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, are you in New York? Because we're getting a time delay.
I got a little delay on the cell phone. I apologize.
Oh, that's not a problem. So Casey,
thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So Affordable Quality and Moving Storage has been in business for over 22 years, and Casey and Kelly bought the company in 2006 and had a great success. And they have been voted, ready for this, best moving company for the last 10 years in a row.
Wow.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
That's great.
I sure appreciate it. With help from folks like you that have been so good to us, I just want to take this time to say thanks. So you've always been great to me personally and our company.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? It's always nice to have a professional company that's taking care of your clients. Hey, Casey, how'd you get in the business?
You know, I played a little baseball, and then when I got done, I worked for a couple of distributors selling 3M and DuPont, and then I had a buddy up here named Jeff Kreitzman who was storing tires over at the company, and he called me and said, hey, the people that I'm storing my tires with want to sell their business, and it was in, like you said, in 2006, and we went in, looked at it, and we bought it, and then shortly after that, the real estate market crashed, so we have great timing.
Oh, so it was your fault.
Yeah, I think I had a lot to do with it.
Well, that's great. So I have a question for you. My husband and I recently moved, which was quite the process. So I've always wondered this. So when a potential customer calls, how do you come up with the estimate? I mean, do you do per room? Is it square footage? Per weight of what they're going to have to carry? How do you come up with that estimate?
That's a great question. So on a local move, it goes by hourly, and then on a long distance move, it goes by weight and distance. So obviously in a market like we have right now, a lot of people are moving out of state.
Right.
The one thing that I think people, the internet's been wonderful for certain things, but it's been really bad or it's been really great for scam artists, but it's been really bad for consumers in certain industries like ours. People can go on and, Craigslist or it's sprouted out a lot of brokers. So people will go online and the broker will say, hey, we can do it for X amount of dollars, sight unseen, right? So,
right.
And then you go, oh, wow, that's cheaper than what when I called around. And then unfortunately the day of the move, they brokered it off to people that they're not, are very unscrupulous, and then they come in and they have your stuff on the truck and they say, oh, by the way, it's going to be, double the price we quoted. So I always suggest, to answer your question, I went the long route there, but to answer your question is to have an estimator come out and get you a in-person estimate.
Right.
Okay.
Which is perfect. One of the biggest things that I've done with my clients, and it's one of the reasons why I get so many listings also, is because rarely have I walked into a house and that house is ready to be shown. It's usually people that have been there for 10, 15, 20 years, and you start walking around, you go, oh my God, all of these things that are actually put in this house that was just, it's just accumulated over the years.
Right.
It makes it to the point where their 2,500 square foot house looks like it's 1,500 square feet.
Yeah.
I'm working with one right now, and I'm getting a listing in the San Marinos. By the way, if anybody's looking for a San Marino, this thing's gorgeous. And it's... his living room is just a regular sized living room, but he's got all this furniture in it, and it's like this, and there's
Makes
a
it
table
look-
here,
exactly,
and
makes
there's
it look
this,
smaller.
and all of a sudden you realize it looks really small.
Yeah.
So one of the very first things I say is, look, I'm with AQMS, and what they will do is they will go with me and you, and we will actually point to things, or we'll put Post-it notes on things, and then they will take it and put it in storage and put it in a pod.
Smart.
And I tell them, look, you're going to move it anyway.
Right.
Right. So if you're going to move it anyway, you might as well pack it up, get it ready to move, and make your 2,500 square foot home look like a 2,500 square foot home, right? And so Casey, that's awesome, and I know that's got to be something that's big time for you guys, because I was told that you just had to go out and get more space. Is that true?
We did. Yeah, we did. Yeah. What you're speaking of is we have a declutter program, and agents like yourself take advantage of that. And especially in the garage. I mean, if it's anything like my garage at home, I don't know what yours looks like, but come in and I've got a 3-car garage with 1 car in it, right? So when you guys are showing that house, it sure would be nice to have a clean garage, and we can get all that stuff out of there, the exercise equipment in the bedroom. And, just a lot of people, and I think you've even told me this yourself, Phil, is, personal effects. Get the pictures out of there. Get the stuff that, is identifying that family. You want people to have the vision of, seeing themselves in that house. They don't want to see you in that house. So get all that stuff out. We'll bring it into storage. We'll offer them a couple months free storage while, you close escrow, which right now, probably 30 days. Yeah, you're right. We actually did. We added another 21,000 square feet because, a lot of people are, selling, getting out of state, and they're waiting for their homes to be, built or lining up escrows. But the declutter is taking a lot of that. We started out when I bought the company with about 15,000 square feet, and now we're going to be at 82,000 square feet here in the next couple days.
Kelly told me that. That's his lovely wife and partner. Kelly told me that. 80,000 square feet. Picture that.
I can't really.
That's a lot. That's the type of thing where the warehouse, if that warehouse were empty, you could actually drive through the warehouse actually drive for a really long time.
We could have like a little par 3, a nice little par 3 golf.
Exactly right.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yep.
So in case anyone's just joining us, we are speaking to Casey Kirkman, owner of Affordable Quality Moving and Storage. I also want to talk about out-of-state moves like you've mentioned. A lot of people are leaving California. So what's the typical process? Someone calls and says, I'm from Texas, so I'll use that as an example. I'm going to move back to Texas. Then what happens?
Same process. Call us. We'll have an estimator come out, and then he's going to, the technology, we have a little system software that puts everything in there, bases the weight, and then, we'll tell you exactly what it's going to be. We're with a van line. We're with National Van Lines. When I first bought the company, we switched over to Mayflower, great company, part of the Unigroup family, very large, and then we decided National Van Lines, which is a van line as well, is a better fit for us. They're based out of Chicago, woman-owned, great family business. And so how it works is, we have drivers ourselves. We have 6 drivers that are constantly, floating around the United States, picking up orders from other agents. And then we would register the order. One of the drivers that's in the system would come pick it up and deliver you in Texas. And if you were in Texas, coming to California, same process. You could actually call us. We can set up an agent in that area. That's why we're with a van line. There's a couple other moving companies that don't have van lines, and they think it's a great fit for them. I really like having the ability to call in other agents in other areas, and especially when we're delivering. The big thing is I can book the order here and deliver it to Texas, but who are you getting to unload it in Texas?
Exactly.
If you're not associated with a van line, who are you getting there? You're not throwing the 5-6 guys in a tractor trailer and paying for them to go across the United States. So who are you getting when you get there? So that's why I like being with a van line. I can call that local agent. I have guys that have been background tests. I have guys that have been drug tested, and then they're the ones unloading your belongings there. So that's why I think it's important to be with a van line.
Absolutely.
That's great.
So, you hit on it before a little bit when it comes to some of the red flags that people should look for when it comes to getting their estimates. Can you kind of expand on that a little bit when it comes to some of the problems that could arise?
Sure. I'll give you a quick story. There's a buddy of mine in town that owns a self-storage place, and he had to just ask a guy to leave. He had about 40 storage containers or storage units. And what he's doing is he's a broker. He's a mover. So he has all these rental U-Hauls, and each day someone calls him, and then they go out and they do the move, and then somehow either whether it's a storage in or it's a move to another place, they're coming back to his storage unit, and then he has all these eBay people coming in there and buying stuff. So the point being is that if it's not brick and mortar, if it's not we have a PUC license and DOT license. Sorry about that. I have an active dog here. We have a very ferocious watchdog.
It happens to me all the time. I'm actually happy to hear it. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I'm the Corona dad. I've got hunters of 9 and 11, so we're overseeing studying as well. Thank God for Kelly running the business, and I'm here in the home office. But so what's scary, and we get these calls all the time, and it's not a scare tactic. It's just facts. You'll look up online. And these, with Yelp and Google and everybody can be, it could be Nordella's transfer one day, and then it could be Phil's moving in storage the next, and then they can pump in, Yelp reviews. So as soon as they get enough bad Yelp reviews, they'll just switch the name. So there's no brick and mortar. They don't need to worry about, changing all of their, tax ID and all that. They're fly by night. So they get enough of these people to do business with them. They either steal their stuff or they gouge them on the price. And then they just move on, and then they just keep changing their name, and you keep hiring them. So
that's scary.
Whether it be you call us or you call one of our competitors, we're very blessed up here in Santa Cruz. We have some great movers. There's everybody is very solid, but we do have brokers infiltrating our area, and they're online, they're there. Just no matter who you go with, just make sure they have brick and mortar, make sure they have a DOT license and a PUC license, or you really are at the liberty of their conscience. And from what I've seen, they don't have one.
Got it. We actually had experience with that. My husband and I, we looked up on Yelp, and oh my gosh, we had like 57 people respond to us. And of course, I did my due diligence, and most of them were just not good. So we actually moved. I've moved 3 times in the last 3 years within 3 buildings next door to one another, which is ridiculous. So you guys do. I pause for laughter. So I know you guys do small moves. So how does that work? And another sub question I had of that: do you guys offer services to actually come, pack up the stuff and move it?
We do.
As well? Okay, that's awesome.
So small moves, we have a 3-hour minimum. And the reason is, not to get into owner talk here, but, by the time I get the crews in, we don't use subcontractors. We have our own employees. If I got to bring this guy in, get him to work, I want him to, at least get a 3-4 hour day, so, if he's leaving his family to come to work for us. So we have a minimum on that. On the smaller moves, it's still based on the local move. It's still based by hourly. And I'm sorry, what was the second part of that question?
Oh, you answered. I asked if you guys offer packing services, but Phil apparently has a story about this.
Yep. I have a story about the small moves.
Oh.
I actually had you do a small move for me. It was probably one of the smallest you've ever done. I actually with my home office, I wanted, because I've got a really nice, big, huge room, and I made my office upstairs at my house, and went out and got a great desk, and there was no way I was going to be able to move it, so I called Casey, and I said, is there any way that you can get it over here?
That's great.
And let me tell you something. If I would have tried, if I would have attempted to do anything when it came to getting that desk over there, would have never gotten it upstairs because it didn't want to go upstairs.
Right.
So they had to take it apart and actually get it upstairs for me. I took pictures, and it was one of those things. It was like there's no way.
Right.
And so the fact that now I'll never get it out of there without them. I don't know how, maybe dynamite it.
Right.
But other than that, no, they did a great job, and they picked it up from the San Fernando Valley and they brought it out, and it was impressive.
Nice.
Yeah, to your point, Phil, the crews that we have, I mean, and I've been fortunate enough to be in, we bought the business 14 years ago, as you mentioned earlier. I mean, the crews that we have, we're extremely, extremely blessed. I mean, these guys, I don't know how they do some of the stuff. We had a refrigerator moved from our house a while back, and they slide the refrigerator out. This thing weighs as much as a truck. They lift it over the countertop and get it out. And I the same as you said, I thought I'd just have to blow it up or disassemble the thing, or I didn't know what I was going to do. And I have no clue how they do it. You know, that's the thing about these guys. It's 110 degrees out here. They're working their tail off. You know, they show up every day. They have a great attitude. And I can't tell you how fortunate we are to have the crews that we have. At this point.
I don't know how they do it, because I'll be honest with you, at the end of the day, to where they have they've done so much hard work. I think, you know what, if I did something like that, I'd be like, oh my God, that's great, and I'd want to take the next 4 weeks off.
Exactly.
Right? They have to start it and do it the next day.
I know.
I know. You're absolutely right.
I have one more question, because we're running out of time, but I want to get the answer to this. Commercial and business moves. As you know, a lot of people are working from home, and so businesses are downsizing. Do you guys do commercial moves as well?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Same process?
Same process, yeah. We have an estimator come out. It's all based on hourly, disassembling the cubicles. You know, we'll even work on move, you know, huge machinery, and we have people that we actually do get involved with that. We like to do what we do and do that well, and then we'll get other people involved that can, you know, move huge tanks and things like that. But yeah, we've moved, I won't name drop, but we've moved most of the large companies in this town. And,
nice.
And we even, one of them they wanted to move on a weekend. They had 500 employees, and we had to move them in a weekend. So at 5:01, we had about 20 guys in there, and we had crews on the clock until Monday at 7:59, and they didn't miss a phone call. So
wow.
we have that availability as well.
That's amazing. So if someone decides that they want to move, I mean, how much lead time do you guys need? Should I call you a month in advance? Should I call you the day before?
Right now, with the mass exodus out of the state of California, give us, you know, the more notice we can get, the better. You know, especially moving out of state. But yeah, each moving company is just slammed right now because, you know, I won't get political, but, you know, hiring the guys has been kind of tough because there's been an option of unemployment, and some of the guys, you know, if you can take a little break and get a nice unemployment
and still get paid,
moving furniture might not look as appealing.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I hate to say it, but it kind of makes sense, which is what it is.
But
you know?
we still have run about, you know, 40, 50 guys a day, and you know, but to answer your question, 2 or 3 weeks we should be fine, and make sure you're well taken care of.
Awesome. Hey, Casey, how do we get a hold of you?
You can give us a call at 661-254-7823. I'll repeat, 661-254-7823. Like you said, the brains of the operation is Kelly. She's in there every day, so call her directly. Tell her Phil and Taylor sent you, and we'll make sure we get you a special deal.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
I love it.
Well,
and I still want to play Lakeside with you there, pal. I know you invited me on a long time ago. I just haven't taken you up on it.
Anytime you're ready. Open invite.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. We really appreciate you.
Yep. Hey, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Casey. Say hi to Kelly. Okay.
I will do. Bye.
Thanks.
All right. Well, when we come back, my favorite segment, In the News.
In the News.
So stay with us.
If you're thinking of selling your home, have Phil Nordella come out and give you a free, no obligation property valuation. Just call 661-312-3561. It's that simple.
Donahoe Young and Williams is your award-winning go-to law firm for all real estate matters, including the changing legal landscape due to COVID-19. In addition, Donahoe Young and Williams can help you create an estate plan that accomplishes your wishes, protects you and your family, and avoids time-consuming and expensive California probate. If you've been financially devastated by the pandemic, Donahoe Young and Williams can help with debt negotiation and, when needed, bankruptcy under Chapters 7, 11, and 13. Visit Taylor Williams at dywlaw.com.
If you're looking for an SCV-based home design firm you can trust, look no further. Style My Space is a recognized leader in luxury vacant home staging and interior design projects for all of northern Los Angeles County since 2006. Their 5-star reputation for beautiful staging installations helps sellers realize up to 10% higher offers in as little as 1/3 the time as non-staged homes. Get an instant quote on our website at stylemyspace.com. That's stylemyspace.com.
Castle Inspection is the top choice for home inspection in Santa Clarita. With over 20 years experience, make Castle Inspection your choice when buying your new condominium or home. From mobile homes to mansions, the outhouse to the penthouse, your best bet is a net from Castle Inspection. An inspection is a fair and objective evaluation of the home's physical and mechanical systems. Expert knowledge, thorough research, and clear communication are what sets a net at Castle above the rest. Schedule your appointment online now at castleinspection.com.
I love it.
Right on!
Your hometown station.
Okay, welcome back to Real Estate. It's that simple on KHTS 1220 AM and 98.1 FM and on Facebook Live. I am your friend in the real estate business, Phil Nordella, and we're back at it with the hostess with the mostest, Taylor Findley Williams-Moniz.
Yes.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Thank you.
And I don't know if you guys remember this, but Taylor's a partner at Donahoe Young and Williams. Did you know that, Taylor?
I had heard.
Yeah. Good for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yep.
And I love the fact that you're El Presidente over at the Santa Clarita Bar.
Did you know I'm on the board of the San Fernando Valley Bar also?
Where's the San Fernando Valley? Where is that?
Ha 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 ha.
I grew up there.
Did
I
you?
grew up in
I
North
was-
Hollywood. I went to North Hollywood High.
There you go.
Sun Valley Junior High.
Very cool.
Fair Avenue.
Look at you. I
Yeah.
did not, so I have nothing to contribute.
Well, that's because you weren't born yet. Just thought I'd tell you.
Fair enough. I know.
Yep.
Okay, so can we get to my favorite part?
Yes.
In the news.
And now, in the news.
Based on how this started.
3-4-3, by the way.
I
Yeah,
was
you
about
know
to
what?
say,
You
based
are.
on how this started, I'm really impressed. It's been pretty smooth.
You got the hat trick.
Ooh, I
Or the,
do. I do.
no. You got the mask trick.
I got the mask trick. Let's go.
There you go. I
Mask
like it.
trick for Patrick.
gonna-
Hey!
Mask trick for Patrick. Whoa.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Wordplay.
It is
Okay.
good. So we have, normally we go over the show and we kind of talk about, what we're going to talk about, and I write an agenda with my type A, and so we had certain things
With my type A.
we were going to talk about, and of course this morning you spring this on me, which is something really important, so I'm going to switch gears and roll with it, but this is important. So I heard the Federal Trade Commission is going after Open Door with all sorts of allegations regarding misleading advertising, which I love as an attorney, so let's tell me what you know, and then we'll go into it.
Well, first thing is, we put this show together most of the week, right? And it seems like everything that happens happens Friday morning.
Thursday night or Friday morning,
Right.
I know.
And it's like, okay, so it switches over everything when it comes to
Yeah.
all the work that we do.
Yeah.
But this is big time.
I know,
okay?
this is big.
I saw this now. So here's the situation. First, we have to go over what is Open Door. Okay, Open Door is a company that actually is considered an iBuyer. What is an iBuyer? An iBuyer is a company that actually goes out there and they say, would you like to sell your home in 7 days?
Yes, please.
Would you like to not have to pay a realtor commission?
Correct.
Would you like to have us not even really check out your house? Would you like to not have to keep your home clean and neat? Would you like to not have to do open houses, which you can't do right now anyway? Would you like all of those? And would you like to get top dollar for your house? That's an iBuyer company.
Yep.
Okay, so that's what they do. They put it out there. So they've actually come out. The Open Doors actually came out, and this is what they wrote about it. So we're not speaking out of turn.
Correct. This is from them.
Yes, and they said that they have had a filing from the FTC, which is the Federal Trade Commission, and the filing, it says, within the filing, Open Door reveals that in 2019 the company received a civil investigation demand investigative demand from the FTC seeking documents and information relating primarily to statements and our advertising and website comparing Open Doors offers to purchase homes to selling in a traditional manner using an agent and statements pertaining to Open Doors offers reflective of being on market prices.
So that's
Now,
a lot. So we got to break that down.
we do have to break that down.
Yep.
Basically, what they're saying is they're being challenged, and this is according to the National Real Estate Post. They're being challenged for deceptive advertising,
Right.
manipulative language, problematic low comps, charging more than agents, and they make it look like they will actually net more money. And unfortunately, a lot of the new home buyers, the home builders, are complicit. Now, I'll explain that.
Right.
So, again, let's just kind of break down their commercial. Hey there, would you like to sell your home and get top dollar? Let's stop right there. Okay, are they giving top dollar? No. Are they giving close to top dollar? What they might consider top dollar is they're saying, look, this is top dollar for us.
So there's room for interpretation there. So my legal mind, I'm like, all right, that one may be able to slide because everybody wants top dollar. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So now when they go out, then they say the comps that they're giving are usually challenged comps, foreclosures, things like that. So
red flag.
There's a red flag right there.
Yeah.
They're saying they can close it in 7 days, which they can because it's cash. They're saying, why? They're making it look like, why would you pay an actual realtor fee?
Right.
Which most people would love. I mean, it's like, great. But when you break it down, the fees that they actually charge may not be realtor fees, but they're just baloney fees.
They're disguised as other kind of fees, right? Like when you get
Exactly
the bill from the phone company that used to be 20 pages long and no one reads it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay.
Don't do that. Red
And
flag.
You may pay a 5% fee for a realtor, and they'll pay the actual, that'll be the buyer and selling side. However, sometimes their actual fees can go anywhere from 12 to 14 to 18%.
Yeah, that's wild.
But guess what? It's not commission. You didn't pay commission.
Right.
But we just took advantage of you another way.
Right.
And so that's a major problem. So I think that's going to be interesting. I'm kind of glad that the Federal Trade Commission is doing
in.
this. Yeah. Now here's the interesting thing. Open Door in the beginning of the year, they were making a ton of money. Then the coronavirus hit, and they ended up laying off 40% of their people and basically stopped everything. And it actually worked well for them because in the market, things were selling, and they had so much pent-up inventory that it gave them an opportunity to have it all go back down to where they drummed up more cash. And as soon as they felt like they could, they opened up again.
Got it.
And they're trying to go public.
Right. That's what you were saying in the middle of all of this. That's going to be interesting.
I can't believe that's going to help them go public, but that is what it is.
Probably not, but I mean, again, we'll keep our eye on it because that's a big one.
Yes, yes, absolutely. All right, next.
Patrick, how much time do we have?
We have about
a couple minutes.
We actually have like about 2 minutes or so.
You know what? Then I want to actually do look. It's Halloween time.
Yep.
And
I like this one.
This is the last one that we can actually do because this is the last one we actually have time for. All I have to do is find it. Silence of the Lambs.
I got you.
I don't know if anybody's actually seen the movie Silence of the Lambs.
I have seen the movie.
Pretty scary.
Oh, it scared the you know what out of me when I was a kid.
Now I didn't know really there was a Silence of the Lambs home.
Yep.
But it says that it hit the market in time for Halloween Fright. Buffalo Bill.
I'm sorry. For $298,500 in Perryopolis,
Perryopolis,
Pennsylvania. I just wanted to see if I could pronounce that.
Perryopolis. Buffalo Bill's home in the 1991 film Silence of the Lambs, starring Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins, has hit the market. In case anybody wants to know, Perryopolis, of course, we all know Perryopolis, right?
Yeah.
That's in Pennsylvania.
Exactly.
You know why I know that? Because it says it right here on the page.
I was going to be impressed.
Other than that, you could have actually said, I would have never known this.
Anyone's interested, we can send them this article.
Yes.
So, reach out to us and tell us how Perryopolis is.
Absolutely. Yep. Since we have 1 minute, how exactly would we get a hold of you when we need you? And we're all going to need you at one time.
Absolutely. Thank you. So call us 661-259-9000 or check us out on our website at dywlaw.com. And how do we find you?
Well, if you're thinking of listing, buying, doing whatever, I am at 661-312 888-888-3561, or just go to philnordella.com. You
Which
can
is a
learn
fun
all about
website.
me.
I actually kind of looked at it the other day.
Oh,
Yeah,
fun.
it's
I'm
good.
actually working on it.
Yeah.
I'm actually redoing it.
It's nice. I like it.
it's
Ours
gonna
is
be
nice
more
too.
fun.
So yeah, check us out.
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding? I saw yours.
Thank you.
It's incredible.
Well, hey, fun Friday.
It
We
was a
never
fun
get
Friday.
through everything we want to, but
Yeah.
and
Well,
thank you, Patrick.
leave them wanting more.
I know, right?
Patrick, nice job.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
The-
Well,
the
until
mask trick.
right. Until
3 for
next
3.
Friday.
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
depressed. It's over.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
Back to work.
Have a nice weekend.
Thanks, everybody.